It is better to be in a frequency of solitude by yourself, being around nobody else, than to be around negative people that bring down your frequency. It can be your family, it can be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is. If you notice that these people are bringing down your frequency, that has more to do with holding you back than any other thing that could be really going to the next level. Change your environment, change your life. As you guys heard the last video, I talked about your frequency is what you frequently see. When I was sleeping on a couch, there was no way I could have been positioned to have 100K months that completely changed my life after I started studying with Bob Proctor. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about an important lesson that I don't really talk about often, but I was inspired as I'm driving back to Dubai right now. As you guys saw on the, or I don't know if I posted it yet, but we went to a private zoo here with Vanessa. Vanessa, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so right now we're sitting in a beautiful Rolls Royce, culling in on the way back to Dubai, and I was thinking about making a video for you, and I was like, you know what? What was one of the most impactful things that changed my life? And it's so subtle, and it was the simple fact that I had changed my environment. And so your frequency is what you frequently see. You have to ask yourself this. One thing that Bob Proctor taught me, it's sometimes it's not adding more things to your paradigm that's stopping you from going to the next level. It's simply taking things away. Most times you have to make your life more simple and take things away. So as you guys know, when I started with Bob Proctor, I was struggling a lot. And why do I always talk about that? You may have heard my story 1,000 times. I don't really care, because if you're not earning the income that you want, which at the time was 100K months, and I had hit those multiple times now, and that's basically I run a 6-figure per month business. If you're not living the life that you want, then I just want you to listen to this story and see how you can apply it to your life, right? So when I started Bob Proctor, I knew I had to change my environment. I was sleeping on my grandparents' couch. All my businesses had failed. I didn't have a way to making money other than driving for Amazon, delivering packages, and what else? Oh, and driving for Uber. So that's what I was doing, trying to make a little bit of money. But the environment that I was in was not conducive for my growth. My grandparents would always say, DeAndre, you got to get a job. DeAndre, you should have went to college. DeAndre, you should have done this. You should have done that. And really, even though I was strong-minded, that thing starts to eat at you a little bit. I don't care how strong-willed you are. If you don't put yourself in the correct environment, things won't change for you. So what are some of the things that I did that completely changed my environment and changed my life? And one of the things is, like, I'm driving this Rolls Royce right now. I want you guys to imagine, I'm in a Cullinan, by the way, a white Cullinan. You guys can probably see that spirit of ecstasy just hogging up the road, saying, I am him. And this is that I am him energy. So I know some of you, this is your dream car. So I wanted to take you guys on the ride. So with that being said, what does it mean? So I had packed my bags even when I didn't have the money. So, all right, I'm studying for Thinking into Results, which is the Bob Proctor program I used to sell back when I was with Bob Proctor, and I still to this day give to my clients. So I'm studying this material, learning how to reprogram my subconscious mind. And no matter how hard I tried, how many hours I studied, content I was making, I knew one of the things that was holding me back was not adding more things, right? Not adding more meditations and adding more visualizations and adding more books. It was a simple fact. I wasn't in the right environment. I wasn't in an environment that was conducive to my growth. Let me tell you guys this. It's better to be alone in your own frequency by yourself than to be amongst the frequency of people that are negative and bringing you down. Let me repeat that one more time. It is better to be in a frequency of solitude by yourself, being around nobody else, than to be around negative people that bring down your frequency. It can be your family, it can be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is. If you notice that these people are bringing down your frequency, that has more to do with holding you back than any other thing that could be really going to the next level. So what are some of the things that I did that even when I didn't have any money, that changed my life? So I call this the law of the vacuum. The law of the vacuum states that if you start to think, act, and feel as if it's done, but most importantly, take quantum actions as if you had it already, what you do is you create it, and most importantly, you have to put the feeling states behind the actions, what you're doing. I'll give you an example of this in a second. That you will actually start to manifest that into your life, because the universe likes a vacuum. So what do I mean by this? So let's just say you have a dream car. I used to do this a lot. My first car that I ever bought was a Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG. I used to go to the dealership and look at it and test drive it and touch the leather, visualize myself doing it. And what I was doing, I was acting as if I was buying it already. But while I was just acting, I also had the feeling state. I didn't act nervous. as if, oh my God, hopefully they don't find out I don't have the money. I acted as if I actually had it, the money, right? And so what that did was that created a vacuum with the universe that says, why is DeAndre so happy and grateful for this thing that he does not have yet? And so it then, through the bridge of incidents, created an environment for you to actually achieve that goal, which I finally bought my C63 AMG at the age of 19 years old. And the same thing, when I was sleeping on that couch, right when I had started with Bob Proctor, I didn't have any money. But I knew if I wanted to leave the environment, the best place for me to go was probably Medellin, Colombia, because I could afford it at the time. So what did I do? I created a vacuum. I packed my bags as if I was leaving. I acted as if I was going to leave. And I remember specifically my grandma saying, DeAndre, do you even have any money to go to Colombia? And I said, Grandma, I don't even have enough money for a taxi to get to a hotel, even if I had one. Like, guys, that's how literally broke I was. But I was packing my bags because I knew I needed to create a vacuum. And so it was out of nowhere, through the bridge of incidents, I get this random phone call from a guy that's like, yo, DeAndre, do you still run Instagram ads for local businesses? Which I had done 2 years prior to that phone call. And I told him, no, man, I don't do that anymore. That's something I did a few years ago. But I do this thing called mindset coaching with Bob Proctor. Do you want to buy it? And he said, sure. And I took a guy who randomly called me looking for Instagram ads and converted him into a mindset client that paid me $2,500. And so what did I do? I booked my flight. My bags were already packed from days prior to me packing. And I went on to Medellin, Colombia, and then you guys know the rest of the story. But that choice of packing my bags and deciding to leave my environment, even when I didn't have the money, completely changed my life. So what is something that you can do right now that implement to get into a new environment? Well, you guys know that the paradigm controls 95% of your results. And the paradigm has a lot of parts into it. It has your self-image, how you see yourself, your daily habits, what time you wake up. One thing that I've done strategically throughout my life is I typically move to new cities, new countries every 3 to 6 months. Like, as you guys know, we've been in Dubai now I've been in Dubai now for 9 months. And I've noticed that my energy has been a little like off lately, and I've ended up having to take a little break. Look at this mosque we're pulling up on, guys. This is pretty dope. Pretty dope. But we're actually going to Bali. We're leaving to Bali in 2 days, I think 2 or 3 days, and it's going to be a change of environment. But Vanessa's not too happy about it. But I'm happy because it's going to be a change of environment, and I'll be able to get a new spiel on life. So I've done this strategically throughout my life to keep my C-type goal fresh, because some of your C-type goals might take you a little bit of time. Like my current goal is to hit $1 million month. And so that might take a little bit of time as we build infrastructure and stuff, right? So I'm changing my environments. You can change parts of the city. You can change your apartment. You can take a vacation. You can, here's the biggest one. For those of you that are like, this is, shout out to the single men that are watching this right now, because I could talk to you the most, because that's who I was to where I got to where I'm at. I recommend moving to a major city, right? I'm from San Diego, California, which is a major city, but you need to move to a city that's bumping, right? I moved to Miami, and my perspective on money and cash and just like success in life completely changed. And then now that I'm living here we'll talk about then going to Medellin, Colombia. I lived in Medellin for 5 years, and that was a different perspective on life. But the biggest, most impactful one that I have so far is absolutely Dubai. Like, this Dubai life is crazy. Like, never would I have imagined myself driving Rolls Royces. I mean, like, even in these Miami and Los Angeles, I would think about it, but not like as much as like in Dubai. Like, you see these kind of cars everywhere. You see this kind of like luxury in places where it becomes almost normal to you, you know? And that's one of the things you can do, as simple as renting your dream car. Like, I'm going to buy one of these Rolls Royces, maybe like a Rolls Royce Cullinan. I want to maybe like a Nardo gray outside with a baby blue interior. I think like Samuel Osea, I think that's his last name. I think that's like a dope one. But if you go out there and you decide to change your environment, I truly believe that will be a bigger impact on your life than any more strategies, funnels, and things that you're implementing. So go out there, make the decision now. Decide what place you're going to go to right now. Book your flight. Even if you don't have the money, pack your bags. Decide where you're going to want to go, and decide to go all in on your dreams, because on the other side of fear, you're going to be able to manifest your dream life. This is your man, Mr. Law of Attraction, share some stories with you on how you can take your life to the next level, what I've done, and we can go from there. See you guys in the next video.